Afternoon, everyone, and call today from my home office. We have reached 2018, and I just want to do a very short call here today. There's someone who's a very lucky winner of 100 grams worth of gold, and there's a little bit of a stock take to do on 2017 and 2018 looking forward, but it will probably not be longer than 20 minutes or something like that. But I see that we still have people, despite being a public holiday. We have people in Pakistan, of course, and in Dubai, and in Egypt, and in Germany, and in the Philippines, and in Sweden, and in Slovenia, and Finland, I think, and in India, and in Reunion, France as well, I see there, and I think also Guadeloupe. So wherever you are in the world, you are very welcome. And we do this call every Monday to keep up to speed and keep you informed of what's going on. And as a company, we're very proud of our track record here of over 5 years. We've run this call every week without exception, because we kind of like to communicate and like to stay in touch with you, because you are the heart of our business. Now, just one little small promotion that I promised to do for a wonderful member of ours in Toronto called Popo. She's come up with this Leo Crowd project of combining Leo coin and chocolate in one little project there. So 20 days to pledge. She's got a target of £30,000. I'm certainly going to be putting my money where my mouth is, as it were, and to be supporting this. So she wants to get this delivered before the 15th of February, because that's when Chinese New Year starts. So very well done, Popo, and well done all who supports this. It kind of cuts right into the core of our business, which is entrepreneurship and helping entrepreneurs do things that they would never have done before. And I think crowdfunding is part of that, and helping people like Popo by promoting to our members is something that we do with such gladness. Now, the digital market service is the product of the hour, and we're still seeing fantastic sales of this. Of course, the market of Bitcoin has contracted a little bit, and there's been a price adjustment there. But that notwithstanding, our digital market service fits right into this, because no matter what the price of digital currency do, you'll always get the same value in the framework that we've created for this product. So we are going to be starting to deliver the first month of mining here very shortly, and I think people will be very pleased. Now, the sales that we've had in the past week is obviously an extra benefit of those is that for every purchaser and every seller, they each get a ticket to go into the lucky draw for 100 gram worth of Leo gold. This is a 99.9% bar pure gold. It has a value of something like £5,000 in the open market, I think. And we wanted to promote this because we are also doing very exciting things with gold and cryptocurrencies, and one of the things that we're putting together now as a project coming your way shortly. But the gold is something that we're massively believing as a hedge bet, if you like, in 2018 is probably very sensible. So the sales this week we've had from markets like Pakistan is the #1 market leader this week. China follows on from there, of course. We also have, let me get the list up here, strong sales in Finland and in Morocco and in Guadeloupe and the Philippines and Turkey and Martinique and Reunion and India and Algeria and Kazakhstan, and the list kind of goes on and on. But fantastic to see how a global audience is participating with this product, and it kind of makes sense as a product. Because you get a genuine participation in a mining service that then gives you assets which are on the tip of everyone's tongue at the moment with Bitcoin or Ethereum and in Leo coin. So without further ado, the lucky winner this week is username Vanya Yasir, and the name of the lucky person is Iqbal Yasir from Pakistan. So a big shout out to him, and very well done. and congratulations for your good luck. 100 gram of gold going your way, sir, and congratulations for that. Now we will get that into the post and sent to you within the first week or two of January here now. So our goal is to get these into your hands so that you can start to show these around in the market to help explain people the value of gold and the Leo gold products that we're promoting. Now, another small announcement is that we're extending the qualification for the executive trip to Marrakesh, to Morocco, just until the end of server time on Tuesday, tomorrow, midnight. So that is 23:59, the 2nd of January, just to give you the extra time that some people have been pushing for to qualify for executives so that you can get on this trip, because the banks have not been as cooperative as we would have hoped over the Christmas period. They've obviously had some downtime, what have you, so there has been some log jams on our systems. But for those of you who are pushing, I'm sure that this will be good news. Beyond that, it will obviously not be extended, because we have to now organise the Marrakesh executive trip, which is a groundbreaking one for us, and very, very much looking forward to what we can do there. So the other thing that I want to do on this call is just kind of, this time of year for me is always important. I love New Year's Eve. One reason is that my wife's birthday is on New Year's Eve, so we always have lots of reasons to celebrate that in our Anderson household. But the other thing that I've done now for 55 years, I guess, I probably didn't start until I was 2 or 3, is to look back at the year that's been, take stock, and kind of learn from that. Now, 2017 for me and for Leo was a challenging year. We started the year with some very, very heavy burdens and some damage caused to our business in terms of our liabilities and some manipulations of the plan, etc., that most of you may or may not be aware of. But we kind of fought together with our field leaders, and I have to give special recognition to Liaquat Magre and Yasin Kahoot and the other leaders in Pakistan who've stood by the company and really had a tough battle of 2017. Personally, I've also had many things to fight with. There's lots of legal cases going on in Germany and the UK and Canada, and lots of kind of negativity and lots of people, lots of issues where people are causing conflict and confusion and fear, uncertainty and doubt in our business. And so at the same time as we've been fighting the legal battles, we've been fighting for the hearts and the minds of the people. And it's very nice to sort of see that the Leo business is very tough now. We have a lot of committed people, and many of them on this call here every week like clockwork, from no matter what time zone they're in, no matter what time of night or day, they're kind of on this call, they're kind of flying the flag for Leo, and we are very, very, very inspired by this here in the UK and in all of our offices. We know how tough it can be in the market, but in particular, Liaquat and Yasin Bhai and the Pakistani leaders have really had to face the market and have stood strong for Leo this year. So my heartfelt thanks to all of you. But if I look at all of the challenges, there's been an awful lot of joy in 2017 as well, because we have I kind of went on my Facebook and looked at my cover photos, because these were, as the year unfolded, kind of the most important events in my business life and in many ways in my personal life as well. So we started in the end of January, and we did an absolutely fantastic little UK training event here in our offices in the UK. And this multicultural mixed ethnicity group came together, and it was sort of a very, very positive training to kind of start this little remembrance of 2017 with. And after that, I went to Club 7 in Guadeloupe. And if you look at the joy in this picture, you kind of, again, get where I'm coming from in terms of how much this business is about people and going out and doing the hard work, even when there's conflict and battles going on. We did an absolutely extraordinary training in Guadeloupe, where we put some NLP in front of an audience of almost 600 people. And again, a great turning point for me in terms of the Guadeloupe and the Francophone business, and a fantastic memory from 2017. After that, I flew to Hong Kong, met up with leaders over there, together with Andy Hansen, who I introduced for the first time, really, to our Chinese-speaking field. And he has proven to be a very, very loyal, hardworking, absolutely fantastic fellow in the sales and marketing function. And as a training consultant to us, he really has, and I'll show you some of the pictures later, driven the business to higher and higher value. But of course, then we had the executive trip in Dubai, and this was in March, and I love this photo with all the joy in it from our Pakistani leaders who were there at the helicopter trip that we were doing. I went on from there to Toronto and had some time with the Toronto leaders, and a harder working, more positive group of people you will be hard pressed to find. And I've just been joined by my cat here who's thinking, what are you doing working on a New Year's Day? But we then went to Côte d'Ivoire as part of our expansion into Africa, and this was me here, and it was absolutely a brilliant event. Again, almost I think it was 1,000 people that came for our very, very first event over there. We have now started a Côte d'Ivoire office. We've got some fantastic field leaders over there, and again, this positive feeling for people joining the digital currency revolution that comes in the shape of Leo in Africa, and we are expecting great things from that market in 2018. We went to Morocco and had this massive and amazing event, which was stage crafted and put together by our Moroccan leaders, and just an absolutely extraordinary group of people, very, very positive, very professional, very organized, and very excited about their future in Leo. We went on and we had a Bali global event where the leaders came together for some high-level conferencing, if you like, and we sort of talked about plans for the future and what we were doing in the business, and a very, very good meeting was had, and worthy to sort of share. But this is my absolute favorite picture of 2017, which was when our top directors received their award on stage, likh and Stone from Canada. And there's this lovely moment when the Pakistani friends of Likh lifted him up on their shoulders, and we managed to get Jean-Michel to pick up Stone and carry him on his shoulders when he received his reward. And there's just so much joy and so much happiness in this picture. I'm sure that you can see it, and great. We then went to, I can't even remember, it was this Paris, I think so, or was it Guadeloupe? Can't remember, but again, our Francophone business is alive and well and kicking and doing fantastically. We went to Morocco. We did our directors summit with some hand-selected top people in both the corporate side and in the field side, discussing some of the plan changes that we want to make to the compensation plan and some of the secret projects that are coming through. And it's just nice to see these people, because they are the heart and soul of Leo, and we don't kind of churn people at this level. These people are loyal, and they stay, and they understand what we're about, and they're in the business for the good and the bad, the warts and the all, and that was a very, very positive experience for me. Another UK training together with the Mr. Paul Southworth, the former chairman of the UK DSA, there on the left-hand side. We're sort of still pushing the UK market, and absolutely fantastic group of folk there. And then, of course, we had in August, on this whistle-stop tour of 2017, we had the China 888 tour, 8 cities over 8 days on the 8th of August when it started. It should have really been China 8888 tour, but ba 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 works very, very well in Chinese. And these pictures tell the whole story, how we, as a little UK company, are starting to make inroads and a big dent in the Chinese market, and very, very proud to be able to say to people that we are a friend of China. We are working now on finalizing arrangements for going over to a certain province in China to speak to the government there and the local council to set up mining operations in China. So that means that Leo will then be a foreign investor, if you like, into China, into the digital economy, and again, something that's very, very positive for us in many, many ways. And here is the event. Now, let me just look at the people here, because that will tell me everything I need to know. I think that this is Oh my God. This must be Paris, actually. Any which way, our francophones, and this is the final picture of Reunion. I was joking all last year about finally going to Reunion, this little island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, which none of us in the UK office knew even where it was. And I promised I would come, and I think that they didn't really believe that I was going to come. And I went, and we did a training, and they made me so welcome. And there was this very, very special French thing going on, where when I realized I'm actually not in a Indian Ocean island here. I'm in France when you arrive there, and it's kind of just an absolute unique experience that I recommend for everyone. And when we go to Mauritius later on this year, you kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about there. Although these islands are very different, they still have a lot of similarities, and they're multicultural as default, and I love that in the business that we're in. So in life, ultimately, is always about the people. So when I look back on the important things for me in this year, it's all about the people, and the people I've met, and the journeys that I've done to meet other people and more people. And so for all of you on this call, everywhere in the world, some of you close personal friends, and others are people that I've only met through our business, and through a little name that I see on the webinar here, or at some large event. But I want to thank you for being part of the Leo journey, because this is what this is about. This is a business that's about connecting people. It's a business that's about encouraging and inspiring people to do more. It's about somehow facilitating an entrepreneurship journey and helping people move from wherever they are to where they want to go. And I love that about what we managed to do here after 5 years. And I want to thank you for being part of that, because without all of you on this call on the first day of 2018, there will be very little to celebrate. Now, yesterday was New Year's Eve, and I love New Year's Eve, especially here in the UK, because it's a kind of a time full of hope, and there's a promise in the future. And I think that sometimes people sort of just are happy to have survived the year that was, and still be here, and still being surrounded by their loved people and their family and their partners and their children. And there's something very cool about that. And there's something cool about the midnight, when the clock strikes 12, and you're with the person, in my case my wife, who's the person who's the most closest and most important thing to me, and to give her a kiss at midnight is fantastic. And I love New Year's Eve, because it's got this clear marker in the sand, a line in the sand of between the past and the future. And for me, New Year's Eve is about hope, and it's about planning for moving forward. And in 2018, I think this is the year when everything comes together for Leo, because we are just about to resolve all of the legal challenges and all the legal cases, and all of the drama that the divorce of our business has had to suffer through is coming to an end now. You might not have experienced much of that, but it's also about moving forward now into the next stage of Leo's life. And part of that is about education and e-learning and training. Of course, we've trained so many people in 2017. We put so many people through the room, and inspired, no doubt, many of them. And some of the trainers that we've had have done a phenomenal job of changing people's lives. But it's also about digital currencies, and it's also about putting together new business models where we can combine gold with digital. We can combine products with getting people on this journey of entrepreneurship. And I think in 2018 is when we move forward into a 2-year run into 2020. 2020 is going to be a remarkable thing for us. But one, I will be 70 years old. No, I'll be 60 years old. Oh, time is flying, but not that fast. I'll be 60 years old, and Leo will be my lifetime achievement, I'm sure. And we will be touching millions of people, and we will be changing the fabric of a couple of industries. So the best is yet to come, and you'll start to see some very, very strong things coming through now in the first 2 weeks of January. The one thing that we have been blessed with is creativity, and we can put together things that will make your head spin. And instead of all of these people that are pushing the same old kind of horrible businesses where members can't make money, or they're designed for members' failures, because that's how the originators who started these so-called businesses that are really scams, they don't come with a lot of creativity, because I think that greed and bad forces prevents creativity from flourishing. What we have in Leo is phenomenal creativity. So the best is yet to come. So join us for the next meeting next Monday on the 8th of January. And this is the one that will be a proper GAM. This is the one that will have some very important announcements. And this is the one where we're going to be talking about the roadmap for Q1 and Q2 of 2018. So in the meanwhile, this is Dan Anderson in Oxford, in my little home office, saying thank you very much indeed for being part of our business as a big thing, but also for being part of this call here. The first day of 2018 is a momentous occasion, really, because these 2017 will never come again. This first day of 2018 will never come again. What I do is I write letters of thanks to people that matter to me. I put in place goals and objectives for the coming year, and this is the time where I also enjoy my family and the people that I care about. But it is about this forward vision of what we're going to do. I've been doing this for all of my life, and I'm very, very happy on New Year's Day to be sharing this day with all of you as well. So Dan Anderson in Oxford says thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you all out there on some of the amazing events that we're doing in 2018.